Thank you very much. Please have your seats. My name is Jacqueline, and it gives me great pleasure. I consider it an honor, actually, to have been part of this journey, to also be a part of such a groundbreaking event, such as the commissioning of the first mall in Kaduna State. 7 years ago, if you had asked the average citizen in Kaduna State what a market or a mall, the difference between a market and a mall would be, many of them would refer you to what we could see in other states. Today, due to the leadership of the governor of this state, Kaduna is doing great things. The governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, the deputy, she here, Dr. Hadiza Sabwa Balarabe, members of the State House of Assembly, distinguished Senator Ubasani, the Honorable Commissioner of Business, Innovation and Technology, Professor Kabiru Mato, and the honorable members of the State Executive Council, Director Generals, Managing Directors, Administrators, Permanent and Executive Secretaries of various ministries, departments, agencies, and authorities here seated. You are welcome to this event today, and of course, our distinguished ladies and gentlemen also here with us to celebrate. There are so many reasons why Kaduna has come back on the map in a good way amongst the committee of Nigerian states. Kaduna has become a hub of economic activities with all sorts of investments, promotions, opportunities scattered all over the state, not just in the city center, but all over the state. And not just that, Kaduna is a state that is now known for its youthful energy and the fact that women are also taking center stage. And that is why, with pleasure, I welcome Tama Nando, the MD CEO of the Kaduna Markets Development and Management Company, the KMDMC. Please could we put our hands together to welcome her, to give us her welcome address. A round of applause, please. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, distinguished Senator Obasani, members of the Kaduna State House of Assembly, the Administrator of the Kaduna Capital Territory Authority, Mohammed Hafiz Bayero, commissioners, members of the Executive State Council, Chairman of Amsalco Limited, our development partners, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to welcome you all to Kaduna for the CAD Invest 7.0, and particularly for the commissioning of the Kaduna Galaxy Mall. Allow me to extend a special welcome to our chief host, our mentor and the architect of modern Kaduna, His Excellency, Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, for his visionary and purposeful leadership. Today marks a great day for the over 10 million residents of Kaduna State, and especially the residents of Kaduna City, as we celebrate the achievement of yet another milestone by commissioning Kaduna's first mall. Through the Urban Renewal Program, the Kaduna State government has greatly improved the quality of life for residents. The journey started several years ago with a dream to make Kaduna the premier destination for investment and business, and to spur inclusive economic growth, socioeconomic transformation, and improvement in the quality of life of its residents. Many would recall the mall was initially located near the government house at the Centenary Garden where the Business Expos held yesterday, and the groundbreaking was performed by His Excellency the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. The mall we are commissioning today is 3,000 square meters larger than what was initially planned. The challenges we have been able to overcome also presented numerous opportunities for us to re-strategize and achieve even more. The success of Galaxy Mall signifies the importance of public-private partnerships, which are key to job and wealth creation, growth, and development. We sincerely appreciate the efforts and support of our development partner, Amsalco Industries Limited, who have invested the sum of 800 million naira alongside the state government for the development of the mall. The mall, which spans almost 11,000 square meters, is guaranteed to significantly boost economic development in Kaduna, as it is targeted at optimizing the operational efficiency of tenants like ShopRite, with the ultimate purpose of improving the internally generated revenue capacity of the state. Additionally, it is guaranteed to create employment opportunities for the residents within and out of Kaduna. Already, most subcontractors and specialists engaged in the project were sourced locally from within Kaduna. Some of them are Chibi Granite, Interstyle Ceramics, Shab Aluminum, and more. Even the horticulture contractor, Malam Nura, used to be one of those selling plants along the side of the road. This project has empowered him greatly, and we will continue to promote our local skills, brands, and products. The mall is the first of its kind in Kaduna, designed with the community and their needs in mind. It is an open plan concept with continuous glazing forming shop fronts, approximately 8,445 square meters of lettable area, 63 line shops of varying sizes, 1 anchor tenant ShopRite box, a 3-screen cinema with a combined 341 seating capacity, restaurant spaces, and ample car parking space. Additionally, the mall will cater for convenience, specialty, and comparative shopping with a careful mix of local, national, and international tenants across the retail sector, including fashion, entertainment, sports, white goods, electronics, furniture, fashion accessories, and many more. We are already oversubscribed and have prospective tenants who are present this afternoon. We assure you that your decision to expand your business to Kaduna is a fine display of your discernment and business acumen, and we look forward to developing our business relationship. As promised by His Excellency, the Galaxy Mall will, and I quote, raise the game in retail, provide cinemas for the people, and promote linkages with farmers and suppliers, as it is through this manner that the malls that retail giants occupy tend to become centers of much tangible and intangible economic activity. I stand before you all today to announce that all of what was intended has been achieved. The mall is also a testament to Malam Nasir El-Rufai's commitment to youth and gender inclusion. The team responsible for the development of this mall is mostly under 40. I recall when I was appointed to head the Kaduna Markets Company, I called my predecessor, Malam Muhammad Hafiz Bayero, one day, without whom none of this would have been possible. And we've never stopped working together. He has remained a wealth of inspiration and support to us at Kaduna Markets. So when I was appointed, I called him one day and I asked him, I said, does the governor realize that I would now be responsible for delivering projects like Galaxy Mall and the Damal Household Milk Farm? And he just laughed at me and said, well, we believe you're up to the task. Your Excellency, yesterday I told you that I felt elastic. Allow me to explain what I meant. I meant that I now believe I can do so much more than I have already done. It is through the opportunities that you have given me and many others that we have discovered our strengths and what we are truly capable of. My team and I are truly grateful for your support. The mall is also a testament to the ease of doing business reforms in the state. In particular, although we have received 1.5 billion naira from the state government and 800 million naira from Amsalco Limited, the Kaduna Markets Company has contributed over 2.5 billion naira from its own revenue sources towards the completion of the mall. The transformation in business-friendly policies that has allowed us to attract investments to develop commercial hubs and empower traders has been a success and has made all of this possible today. In closing, Our sincere gratitude goes out to our contractors, CC, and MAMO, and a host of many other firms who have been consistent in their dedication towards the actualization of this laudable project, even though setbacks were encountered during the COVID-19 outbreak in 2020. We also wouldn't be here without the larger Kaduna State Government team, the State Executive Council, the Economic and Infrastructure Development Council, the Kaduna Geographic Information Service, the Kaduna State Urban Planning and Development Authority, the Kaduna State Power Supply Company, and several other NDAs. Finally, I believe it would be criminal to not single out 3 individuals for what we have accomplished. They are Mr. Jimmy Lawal, Senior Advisor and Counselor to His Excellency, who unfortunately isn't here today. Architect Titus Ajumobi, our contract administrator and chairman of the Architect Design Center, and even Mr. Yemi Bakari, our general manager of operations, who have remained steadfast in their belief in the project since 2015. We are very grateful for your tireless efforts. Thank you very much, everyone, and good afternoon.
Fantastic. I thought we would have had a round of applause for Miss Tama Nando. She's more of the kinds that just gets the job done, doesn't want the spotlight on her. I know that firsthand. The time I tried to interview her, she didn't want that. But I think our sitting down here today is testament to the grit that young women like this embody. And of course, I do know that they take a leaf out of the work ethics of not just the governor, but his deputy. A lot of people say they just pray, let's go home, let's go home. Let them say it's time for us to go home, but you keep working. These are things that we hear, you know, behind your backs. And I think this is a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, Tamar Nando. Would like to take a goodwill message from someone whom we just heard invested so much also in this project, talking about Alhaji Aminu Abubakar, the chairman of AMSALCO. And before he comes up, you know, it's easy to stand back and pass judgment and talk about things that you do not really know. But for those who were listening, I'm sure it was heartening to hear that someone who used to sell flowers outside on the street was also involved in the beautification of this place. And so this just goes to show you how things like this affect even to the most common of people. Alhaji Aminu Abubakar, if you're here, please, would like to take your goodwill message. A round of applause for him, please.
Thank you. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasiru Ahmad El-Rufai, Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, distinguished Senator Obasani, members of the Kaduna State Executive Council here present, members of the State Assembly, head of parastatals across the length and breadth of Kaduna State, I'm hereby standing on behalf of the Chairman, CEO, AMSALCO Industries Group, Alhaji Aminu Saleh Abubakar. Alhaji Aminu Saleh Abubakar fly into Kaduna because of this historic occasion this morning, because of the confidence he has on the Executive Governor of Kaduna State. His Excellency, sir, AMSALCO Industries has invested according to what the MD has said. What AMSALCO did is a widow's mite because of the confidence he has in the governor of the people, by the people, and for the people, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai. He is willing to invest more billion naira in Kaduna State. Don't forget the fact that he is from Kano, but because of the confidence he has in the people's oriented government of Malam Nasir El-Rufai, that is why he is willing to invest billions and billions in this great state. His Excellency, sir, history of Kaduna State will not be complete without mentioning your name as the father of the modern Kaduna State. Let's give him a round of applause. The urban renewal programs are visibly what will attract investors from internally, that is from within and outside Nigeria. We appreciate you and we thank you for that. Amselco Industries is proud to be associated with your noble achievement, His Excellency. Call us any point in time, call us anywhere and in any place. We are willing to heavily invest because we know your mission and vision. The vision and vision of Malam Nasir El-Rufai is to develop a humane, business-oriented government that we are seeing today. Part of this historic project is what we are commissioning today. This kudos goes to His Excellency. We are proud of you and we want to thank you sincerely for fulfilling your promise to see the light of the day. Now, we started this project a few years ago, and now we are commissioning courtesy of the dedication, commitment of His Excellency and his formidable team. Thank you very much, sir. Finally, I cannot conclude my chairman's speech without thanking the MD of Kaduna Market. I call her Kallabi Sakari Rauna, the woman of substance. She really did an extraordinary, well-done job to make this a historic occasion. Equally, Kadipa and their team, Kadigis and their team deserve to be commended for a job well done in order to ensure that the project see the light of the day. On behalf of Amselco Industries, we want to finally wish the good people of Kaduna State to make use we want urge the good people of Kaduna State to seize this golden opportunity to use the mall as it is to generate revenue to the state government, return sound and solid investment to shareholders, and at the same time create direct and indirect jobs. We thank you. We thank our August guest, and finally, all. Finally, we want to thank His Excellency, the Royal Father of the Day, and all invited guests, as the chairman could not make his speech because he's sick. And I told you he fly all the way from Kano purposely because of this. Finally, 3 hearty cheers to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, and to all his team. Thank you, and God bless Kaduna State, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Representing Alhaji Aminu Abubakar of Amsalco. While he was giving his goodwill message, our royal father walked in. I would like to recognize the presence of His Royal Highness, Khalifa Muhammad Sanusi II, and also the Vice Chairman of the Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency Board. You're welcome, Your Highness. We'll be taking a goodwill message from David Wang, who is the MD, CCCE. He also has a goodwill message for us. Please let's welcome him.
Thank you. Your Majesty, the King, Your Excellency, Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, distinguished Senator Yobasani, other officials from Kaduna State, good afternoon. I'm David Wang, come from CCECC. We are the contractor and the builder, I think it should be contractor, of the modern and beautiful Galaxy Mall. I want to show thanks to that beautiful young lady. He's our employer. With great pleasure and honor, I would like to express my sincere thanks to you all for inviting us to witness the commissioning of Galaxy Mall and the number 7 Economic and Investment Summit. Kaduna State is the political, economic, and agricultural center of North Nigeria, with a long history and splendid culture. The land here is fertile and productive, and the people here are hardworking and brave. Under the wise leadership of His Excellency Governor, it has gradually become the industrial center and the best investment destination. Congratulations to you all. In China, there's a saying, if you want to be rich, you should build a road first. That proves that infrastructure plays a key role in economic development. That's why His Excellency, the outstanding governor, kicked off the Kaduna Urban Renewal Project, including modernization of markets, construction of malls. The Galaxy Mall is one of them. Construction of new roads and expanding the existing road. Our company, CCECC, got the chance to devote ourselves to help Kaduna people and good state governor to finish this project. We will not forget Your Excellency Governor's trust in CCECC. We will not forget Kaduna government support during the pandemic time, COVID-19 time. I think it's a hard time for us all. With your support, we finish with our construction. We cannot forget the understanding and the tolerance of Kaduna people during the construction time, because it's urban construction. There should be interrupt and interference of the normal life. I would like to say thank you, Your Excellency, and your good people of Kaduna State. I promise you, CCECC have enough capacity, equipment, manpower to handle our good quality projects. And we are ready to do more, contributing more to the rapid development or economic and social development of Kaduna State. Lastly, congratulations to you for the annual Economic and Investment Summit. I wish this is a successful and fruitful summit. And I wish everyone have a good health and have a good time in Kaduna. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. David Wong. I've been made to understand that this program should be give or take about an hour, and so we're going to make it real quick. At this point, I would like to call on the administrator of the Kaduna Capital Territory Authority and also the predecessor of Tamar Nando to come and give us his remarks. Muhammad Hafiz Bayero, you're welcome.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Hadiza Sabo Balarabe, the 14th Emir of Kano, His Highness Khalifa Sanusi, Muhammad Sanusi II, 14th, I said 14th, 19th, Muhammad Sanusi II, Senator Obasani, representatives of CCECC, representatives of AMSALCO, our private sector partners, good afternoon. I wasn't informed that I was going to speak today. I just found out when I got here, so I have no prepared speech. And whatever I was going to say, even if I was informed, has been said by Tama, and it will be just a repeat of the exact words that she brilliantly told us the story of how this place came about. But I would just like to say to His Excellency the Governor, congratulations, you have done this, even if 7 years later. Your Excellency, this was our first investment meeting in your administration on the 1st of June, 2015. We didn't even have positions then in your government when UAC Properties came to Kaduna. I remember you were sworn in on Friday on the 29th. On the 30th and 31st, you were taking security briefings, and first thing Monday morning at 8 a.m. in your office, we met with UAC Properties, UPDC. Though we have had ups and downs, I am happy that when we went to China in 2019, just before the commencement of the second term, and met with CCECC, you looked at us and said, this time around, we have to do this and we have to get it right. I'm just happy that this has happened, that we have brought this, your grand vision, to reality. Congratulations. Just to congratulate again the Kaduna market team led by Tama, the very amazing Tama, Architect Titus Ajumobi, our consultant who worked so hard on this project, our partners AMSALCO, and to also inform His Excellency that, if you recall, this mall was supposed to be 8,000 square meters of lettable space at 3.98 billion naira. We increased it to about 11,000 square meters, and with all the inflation of that COVID brought, with the 3,000 square meters extra space, we have only added 1 billion naira or thereabouts to the entire BOQ. I think this is perhaps the most prudent project that we have accomplished in Kaduna. So thank you to everyone that made this a reality, and thank you all for coming.
Thank you so much, Muhammad Hafiz Bayero. You were the first to whom the baton was handed, and indeed, you ran well with it and handed over to Tama Nando. You know, Hafiz Bayero said In 7 years, here we are. But it has taken longer for other states. There are some who do not even know when a thing like this will happen in their state. There's so many good things that have happened in Kaduna, of course, not without the challenges. However, it would be disingenuous and frankly unpatriotic to recognize under whose leadership this happened in Kaduna State. I'd like to welcome the governor of Kaduna State, who set all of this rolling. I'm talking about Malam Nasser Ahmed El-Rufai. Doesn't like much of a fuss, but we will make a fuss about you, because if we do not praise ourselves, who will come do it for us? Your Excellency, you're welcome. Please could we welcome him with a rousing round of applause.
Your Highness, Khalifa Muhammad Sanusi II, the 14th Emir of Kano, and the only Emir I can call my friend. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor and the Chairman of Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency, the Managing Director of Kaduna Markets, the former Managing Director and now Administrator of Kaduna Capital Territory, Hafiz Bayero, the Managing Director of CCECC, David Wang, our partner on this project, Alhaji Aminu Saleh Abubakar, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying to persuade my brother and friend, the 14th Emir of Kano, to say a few words before I make my remarks, but he declined, saying that there will be other opportunities. Thank you, Your Highness, for that courtesy. I'm delighted, truly delighted, that the Kaduna Galaxy Mall is being commissioned today. It was conceived as a vital contribution to improving the retail experience and expanding the options available for entertainment within Kaduna City. We took the first step towards the realization by identifying a partner to develop it and choosing a site for the project in June 2015. The partner was UAC Properties, or United UPDC. But unfortunately, after the groundbreaking ceremony in 2016, there were problems in UPDC that contributed to delays and finally the abortion of the project. But we're determined to recover from that setback. We changed the proposed site from across the government house to this location. We redesigned the project and moved forward with new partners. That's when we invited Alhaji Aminu Saleh, who I knew from my days in the Federal Capital Territory as a commercial real estate investor, to come and partner with us. Because our rule in Kaduna State is whatever the government can get others to do, we avoid. Whatever only the government can do, we focus on. We felt that developing a commercial property like this is not really the purview of the government. It is something that private developers should do, but the Kaduna State we inherited was such that no private investors had much confidence in the government and in the environment. So we had to be the catalyst. We had to put some of our money, and our Kaduna Markets Development Company was the vehicle through which the state government invested. But we still had to bring in partners And I want to thank Amsalco and Alhaji Aminu Saleh for being there with us. I have recorded the commitment to invest another 1 or 2 billion in the next few months before I leave office, and we're going to follow up on that. But the result of that partnership is this new mall, which will maximize the retail opportunities in Kaduna, improve the shopping experience for our people, and provide facilities like cinemas and restaurants. The Galaxy Mall is built on 4 hectares of prime real estate land. Prior to project completion, Kaduna Markets Development Company and Pasianas, owned by our good friend Tayo Amusan, had already agreed that ShopRite will be the anchor tenant in the Galaxy Mall. So this is going to be our first ShopRite, and more to come by the grace of God. We look forward to ShopRite and other tenants within the mall starting operations soon. We're hoping that ShopRite will open here before Christmas so that our city will have something to celebrate. But we also have the cinemas, the restaurants, and the shops. We thank Pasianas for this partnership. I wish to commend Kaduna Markets Development and Management Company for creatively discharging its responsibility to deliver this project. The mall was constructed by CCECC Nigeria Limited, our partners in the Urban Renewal Program, which include the dualization of Wharf Road, the main access road to this mall. We visited China in 2019 and signed a strategic agreement with CCECC in China for them not just to be our contractors in Kaduna, but to be our partners in infrastructure development. And they have not failed us. We are very grateful for the quality of work that they have done, for their patience when we are unable to pay them as and when due, and for working collaboratively with us to make sure that our infrastructure ambitions are being realized day by day. I wish to also record our appreciation to His Excellency Vice President, Professor Osimbajo, who performed the initial groundbreaking for this project in 2016, sustained an interest in the project, and indeed kindly inspected the progress of work on this site during CAD Invest version 6.0 in September 2021. We thank him for his support, and we hope he will shop here for Christmas before we leave office. Having a decent mall in the city is a quality of life issue for us, giving people more options for shopping and relaxation. But a mall also expands economic opportunity for our farmers that will supply some of the groceries here, suppliers, sellers, and the workers that will be recruited to run the facilities that are here. The dream of Galaxy Mall was once aborted. We have delivered it thanks to Hafiz Bayero, Tamar Landul, Yemi Bakari, and their team, all young people below the age of 35. Incredible work you've done. May God bless you, and I will be eternally grateful to you for the work you've done. And what is significant about Galaxy Mall is how cheap it has turned out to be. Because these young people delivered this project with dedication, with honesty, with integrity. And our consultant, my friend, Titus Ajumobi, very difficult man, but focused, brilliant architect who gets things done. We are very grateful to them. This dream was aborted. It was realized because of these people that I've mentioned and the contributions of Alhaji Aminu Saleh. We look forward to the viable operations of the mall and the pleasure of our people in using it. I thank you all. God bless you, and look forward to seeing you all at CAD Invest 7.0 tomorrow at Umar Yaradua Hall on Murtala Square. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We've almost come to the end of the program, and that is why this is where I invite Professor Kabiru Mato, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Business, Innovation and Technology, to give us his vote of thanks. Please let's welcome him.
Oops.
sorry. The Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Hadiza Sabwa Balarabi, Your Royal Highness Khalifa Mahmoud Sanusi, the 14th Emir of Kano, and the Vice Chairman of Kadipa, distinguished Senator Obasani, and by the grace of God, the incoming Governor of Kaduna State, come May 29, 2023, members of the Kaduna State Executive Council, the Managing Director, Kaduna Markets, the Executive Secretary, Kadipa, investors, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. My job is pretty simple. The governor has been going around since 9 a.m. in the morning, commissioning various commercial projects across the state. We started with the commissioning of Falgate Rice here in Rigachukum, and then proceeded to Kudan, where the governor commissioned FX, the Grains Aggregation and Processing Center. And then we also came back to Kaduna just before Friday prayers, and the governor commissioned the Amsalco Mall, which is just a few meters away from this particular location. After this place, His Excellency, the governor is going to commission many more other projects. We have housing estates that will be commissioned today, as well as the Castelia Vehicle Center in Mando. Your Excellency, Your Highness, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest ecstasies that I will have in my life when I leave and return to the university is that I will go back as a better professor. I recall that when His Excellency, the governor, was the Minister of Federal Capital, and as a young lecturer at the University of Abuja, virtually everything he did, we were at the forefront of hitting it. And some of us were very noisy on radio, television, and writing articles in newspapers, especially in the Daily Trust and the Leadership newspaper. By the time His Excellency invited me to participate in his administration, I know, of course, I'm aware that a lot of criticisms came from the kitchen cabinet, who saw me as someone very deeply opposed to the governor. But one of the things that I took away from that was the decision to insist that if, as a Minister of Federal Capital Territory, he was not criticized by people, and especially members of the academia, who else will be criticized? That's the first mark of humility. So by the time I leave Kaduna, back to the university, I will be a practical professor of political science. Perhaps I will not see things in the same prisms with a lot of my colleagues in the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities. And that's why I call on ASU and academics, both at the middle and the senior cadre, to insist on going on sabbatical in policy-making areas and the private sector, rather than insisting on doing their sabbatical leaves in the universities. This, in my view, reduces the capacity to put theory into practice. Your Excellency, Your Royal Highness, invited ladies and gentlemen, we are most grateful for this opportunity that you are here to do this commissioning. Just like my colleague said, the groundbreaking ceremony took place a few years ago, and by the grace of God today, Galaxy Mall is ready for business. This is by no means a small achievement, and we pray that God in His infinite mercy will continue to bless you. And I also pray that by the time we do elections early in the new year and we elect Obasani to join and become the governor of Kaduna State, certainly he's going to continue with these very laudable programs, and at the shortest possible time, Kaduna, I don't like saying, when people say Kaduna will be the best in northern Nigeria. No, I'm not among the best in northern Nigeria. I'm among the best in Nigeria. So Kaduna, obviously, will be one of the best states in this country, if not the best state in Nigeria. I wish we were strategically positioned like Lagos is. We will have been far richer and better than what Lagos is today. What it takes is leadership. And what you have taught me very openly and straightforward is that what we have missed in governance for a very, very long time in this country is what we have in Kaduna. And I'm very proud to be part of this administration. Decision, boldness, capacity to take decisions, very difficult decisions. When politicians, and I'm sure Obasani is not also going to be a politician when he becomes the governor of Kaduna State. He is going to be another leader that will take very painful decisions. When Hafiz and Tama, Your Excellency, were bringing down these markets, I don't know what happened. I know Kasombachi, for instance, the amount of prayers and bad luck that people gave on what we were doing was so unbelievable. But today, Your Excellency, Kasombachi is one of the best markets that we will have across this country. That's aside from many others that we are building across the state. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we wish you a very safe journey back to your destinations while His Excellency does the commissioning, and then we'll proceed to complete the assignment for today. And we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Hall for the Card Invest 7.0. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner. Professor Kabiru Mato. This is where His Excellency and the Deputy, and of course the MD CEO of the Kaduna Markets Development and Management Company, will lead the dignitaries, His Royal Highness, to the ribbon cutting ceremony at the gates of the mall. Your Excellency, you will be leading them to the ribbon cutting ceremony.
Sometimes and you can get discouraged when it seems as though our working lives are keeping us apart. Put your trust in me, baby, don't you worry. And it won't be long now, so we must be strong. There was times I know I let you down so badly.
¿Cómo está? No le mutes. ¿Cómo está? No. O sea, no, deja por la habitación, no. I'll be there. You should know I'll never change. 'Cause I'm thinking about your love.
Is this on? NIE?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. To the glory of God and for the benefit of the people of Kaduna State that will shop here and other Nigerians, even people from Kano are allowed to shop here. Sorry, Your Highness. For the benefit of the investors that risk their money here, for the benefit of the government of Kaduna State that will earn some tax revenues from here, and the jobs for our people, it is my honor and pleasure to cut this ribbon to formally open the Galaxy
more.
Thank you.
Started with less than 10 workers. We have now almost 200 staff.
In the 7 years that we've been here, we haven't had any running with the government. In fact, the government has always reached out and asked how they can help, how they can increase the volume and velocity of what we're doing.
It's easy, especially with the introducing of Kadifa, the one-stop shop for investors.
I mean, as a testament to that, the building here in our campus where we're sitting at was actually donated by the state government, again, to help us scale what we do. From groundbreaking to getting this ready for commissioning took, just 5 weeks.
I would like to seize this opportunity also to commend the Kadifa and its leadership for making Kaduna State the best investment destination in Nigeria. I would also like to appreciate Kadifa for facilitating the allocation of land for our expansion.
I think that there's the enabling environment and not just enabling environment in terms of, what the government does, but also in terms of policy. For instance, I work in the technology space, and Kaduna State is the first subnational government that is working on a startup bill. That is big. But besides enabling environment and policy type stuff, there's also just the fact that I think that Kaduna State is cheap, and that's typically good for businesses. It's a place where you can set up and serve other economies and do some arbitrage with the difference in pricing.
I am Safia Sebe Bashir, Managing Director, CEO of Delays International Nigeria Limited.
My name is Anisi Ismaila from Colab.
Join us at CAD Invest
7.0. Looking forward to meeting all of you.
We started small.
Television